So let's start with the basic. The agenda of our today class is I will take you through. Pardon my writing is not good with pen tab. Basics. Means why information security, and then what is CIA. CIA stands for confidentiality, integrity, and availability. We will try to cover these things in a simplest manner with the help of an example. I know you all are new to this field, but you are not new in a, but you all are experienced people working in a corporate so that you can correlate the things. Let's start now. So, why information security? What is information security? Information security, we often called as InfoSec, is the practice of protecting information by mitigating information risk. The risk which is targeting your information. It could be your personal information, like your photographs, your Aadhaar card number. It could be a business information, like the company's data, banking information, or it could be a healthcare information about people, anything. So this is a practice of protecting information by mitigating risk. Like for example, in mobile, if we talk about laptop has a risk of unauthorized access. Means I have a laptop, unless unauthorized person can access that laptop. So what I have done, we all have passcode or password set up on my laptop, or even same thing we have configured it on our mobile. So this setting up password to protect your information from unauthorized access is a kind of an information security. Like I take classes, there are chances that my data means that the slides that I'm using, someone accidentally deleted it. Someone accidentally deletes it, which means that it is having an availability risk. So what I've done, I have created multiple copies of it. Like I have kept one copy on a Google Drive, another copy is on my system, okay, or my hard drive. So that what I've done, I have mitigated the risk related to risk to my information. It is all about safeguarding data from unauthorized access, which means that no unauthorized person can access your data. Like I told you, you have configured password on your laptop, mobile, so that no one can access it in an unauthorized manner. Similarly, same thing is like the passport can ensure that no one can use it. Okay. Disclosure. So we all have our data. Okay, like for example, in our houses. Okay, like for example, we have Aadhaar card number. In Australia, you maybe have some number. We all keep that safe so that it is not disclosed to unauthorized people. Like in an organizations, in an organization, we have these user. Okay, in an organizations, like for example, like I'm taking this class. Okay, there's a power failure which will disrupt this class. So I have inverter backup in place. So unauthorized disruption, or someone modify or disrupt it. Like for example, my data is deleted by someone who don't want me to teach you. So information security provides protection against all these things. Always remember when I talk about information, Information could be anything valuable. It includes customers' data, like your Aadhaar card number, social security number, your financial records, my banking information. When I say intellectual property, what is intellectual property? Copyrighted information, trade secret, like KFC trade secret, that secret recipe which KFC follows. Okay, copyright. Then we have trademarks. Then your personal details. People, youngsters, they keep photographs in their mobiles and even classified government information. So all these things constitute your information. The main purpose of information security is to protect this information from unauthorized access, use, disclosure, modification, or destruction. And in order to protect against access, use, disclosure, we deploy a lot of security measures like passcode, passwords, encrypt the data, provide hashing to the data. Like I do have, like we do have clusters, like the devices are available as a part of a cluster, so that if one fails, other is available. Okay, so this all constitute a information security. Information security is about protecting data in any form, be it paper, be it digital, be it intellectual property. Like for example, when I say and be it intangible property like reputation, like organization have branding that is also considered as an asset. So information security is also about protecting your branding, your images also, because that also constitute uh, that also is very important. In 2017, I was part of one uh, account, okay, British Airways. There was an outage. In that, 200 million pounds was a direct loss. Another 100 million, 100 to total 200 million pounds loss was there. So 100 million pounds loss was a direct loss, and another 100 million pounds was an indirect loss because of reputation and branding. Let's take another example. Suppose I am spendthrift guy. If I purchase things, well, I purchase clothes, accessories a lot, and this is true. Suppose I purchase shirts or I clothing worth rupees 10,000 every month. I'm purchasing it from Myntra. One day, Myntra, I'm facing errors in Myntra. So the cost of a shirt which I was trying to purchase was 2,000 rupees. 2,000 was a direct loss. But I got annoyed so much that I have stopped purchasing it from Myntra. So another 8,000 is an indirect loss. So, and definitely I will talk about this errors, problems with other people, and they will also stop purchasing it. So branding, reputation also constitute and are they're also called as an asset, and information security is about protecting that also. So information security is about protecting data in any form, be it paper, be it digital, be it branding, reputation, any form. Why information security? We are living in a world of digital transformation. I remember in 2005, till 2005, I would say 2004, 5, we we used to go to bank to get our bank to do banking. But since then later on, ATM was introduced with the help of which we can withdraw money. But these days, we hardly go to bank for our anything. In 2016, when there was a demonetization in India, when I was standing in a queue, I realized that I was visiting bank after 8 long years. So definitely it's a good thing from facility perspective, but it is a facility for hackers also. They don't, earlier they have to go to, earlier if they want to steal money, they have to rob a bank physically. And it is not an easy job. But these days, it is just like they have to fool a person, trick a person, and they can dupe the person with, they can take lakhs of rupees from people. I've seen in India, it has happened a lot. I'm not aware of your country, but it is happening across the world. So recently, there are cases I have seen where you get a call from person who is pretending himself to be a custom officer, video call, custom officer, sir, that drugs has been detected in your parcel that you are sending, pay money to get rid of it. So all those kind of things. So these days, cybersecurity is not just an IT issue. It has also become a business and a personal concern. Let's take an example. Don't think about as an IT issue, okay? Because think about there is a data. There was a company called Ashley Madison. That's a US based company. Okay. There's a company, Ashley Madison. There is a US based company. What happened there? There was a dating website. The information about their clientele got released in a darknet. Darknet is different from internet. Just like you have uh, underworld. Okay, similarly, that's a physical thing. So darknet is a underworld of a bad people. So it's an internet that is not accessible by normal means. You need a special browser to access that. A lot of bad things happens in a dark net. So information about their clientele got released in a public. So for that company, it was an IT and a security issue. But the information about people also released. For them, it was a personal and a business concern. That was a loss of reputation for a lot of people. And all of a sudden, I remember this happened in around 2017-18. All of a sudden, there was a surge in demand for lawyers across the US at that time. So if some information about yourself is released, okay, which can cause harm to you, like it is no more these days, no more IT issue, it has become a business and personal concerns. From identity theft to financial fraud, repercussions of cybersecurity breach can be far-reaching and devastating. Don't think only as a cyber issues. I've seen people committing suicide because information about them is released. That's the reason I always say this to my look, it's our responsibility. Although I'm an IT guy, it's our responsibility. Like in our organizations, we do conduct security awareness trainings, but at the same time, we do also have to educate our elders, educate our youngsters, because so that they should not fall prey to the attacks. I know, and one of my senior members, not my immediate family, but yes, extended family. So that person got a call, as video call. As soon as he picked up a call, so there was some lady in a compromised position. Picture of this elder was taken, morphed, created a video, and then they released in the wire and they blackmailed him. So that is what that is. He has siphoned, he has given 1 lakh rupees to get rid of that. So you have to make your elder aware and youngster aware about these things. The advent of artificial intelligence and deepfake has added fuel to the fire and worsened the situation. I know one incident has happened in Europe. A lady got a call, video call from her daughter, distress call that I have been kidnapped. She was crying and asking her mother to pay her money that the hackers are demanding, kidnappers are demanding. She was about to pay, but then I don't know what happened. She called her friends and what to verify and validate. Then what happened? It was like a hoax call, a call generated through deepfakes. So that is the reason this is information security is important. Why information security? These are some of the reasons that information security is important. What are the different factors which impact the information security? As a look, I have 20 years of experience. Okay. Although I've not changed my jobs a lot because since last 17, if you look at my 17-year corporate, 3 years were in training in the beginning. I was a lecturer in engineering college, then a corporate trainer, and 17 years into corporate. My 17 years into corporate, this network security, this security industry is just confined to two companies, HCL and BT. But yes, as a part of my training, as a part of my business, I have been to many organizations for training, for businesses, and even I can say an interview also. So I have been to training, I have given training in training organization like Koenig, which is purely a training organization, Mercury Solutions, which is again a training organization. But I would have given a training in companies like MetLife, banking organization, Wells Fargo, again a bank, Saxo, again a bank, then in my organization, which is a telecom, given in SCL. So wherever I have gone, the level of security is pretty different from each other. In companies like Koenig and Mercury, I have been escorted on the first day. Next day, people are least bothered about when I'm coming, where I'm going. But compare at the same time that there is another totally opposite experience, like in MetLife and Wells Fargo, where I'm not allowed to enter without without a code, and that code is generated automatically when someone from inside enters my information into their systems, and I can't carry my smart mobiles. Okay, wherever I go, I have to be escorted. That is what this is. Why? What is the thing which is why there is a stark difference in between the security of these two different organizations, the nature of business. In Accenture, I remember in 2008 or 9 and went for an interview. My father was also there. So because he wanted to see Gurgaon. So he was not allowed to we were not allowed to use the washrooms also. There was such a level of security in that organizations. So level of nature of business plays a very important role in determining the in determining the information security. Then security culture, like people, processes, and organizations, that also plays a very, very important role. The legal and regulatory compliances, the standards, the regulations, law that your organization have to abide by. Like, for example, in Australia, you have Australian privacy principles. In New Zealand, you have New Zealand privacy principles. At the same time, in Australia, you may have ISO 27001, PCI DSS. Then in country like us, we have DPDP, ISO 27001. So this regulations also play and the kind of industry you are in, because this regulation depends on industry to industry. Then management support. If you don't see, if management is not, when I say management, top level management, if management support is very, very vital for information security. If people below working at, if people below didn't see management endorsing a security, they won't take that seriously. I remember just taking a nice example of it, not related to security. So in 2013 or 14, okay, I prefer going to my office in casuals, but management has made it mandatory that you should wear formals. So I was a manager. Still, I was not adhering to the orders. I was defying those. So my senior manager, he came to me and says, the management is saying, if Ajit, the senior manager, if Ajit's manager is not seen complying with the orders, how can we expect the people below him are complying with this? Same thing is applicable to information security. If you don't, if a management is not supporting it and our senior level people are not seen following it, then how will you expect the lower level management system to follow it? Risk appetite. Always remember, risk can never be eliminated completely. Risk can never be eliminated completely. Suppose someone, just a weird example, don't take it that way. Suppose a person has undergone heart surgery, angioplasty. Can doctor gives him 100%, him or her gives 100% guarantee that he will not face a heart attack again? He will not suffer the heart attack again? No, risk is reduced, but he or she can still face it. Risk appetite. Risk appetite is the capacity of organization to to handle the risk or accept the risk. I just give you an example. There are two companies. One is a training company, and second one is a banking organization. Both have risk of unauthorized access due to weak passwords. Okay. Training company, when it when this reaches the discussion table, they said, okay, fine, let's give people a training and let's increase the complexity of a password. But at the same time, the bank, they said, no, this is not sufficient. We want to bring it, we want to bring it lower than what you're saying. We want to bring it down further. So they said, okay, let's introduce two-factor authentication. What is two-factor authentication? Two-factor authentication is like authentication is the process by which you can identify yourself and validate yourself against a system. There are three ways, there are three factors of authentication. Something you know, like your PIN or a password, something you have, like your RSA token active entered your mobile on which you receive OTP, and something you are, like your biometric, retina scan, face scan, or fingerprint scan. So two-factor means using a combination of two. Like when you go to ATM, you enter your credit card and then you type your PIN. That's a category. That's two-factor authentication. That is something you know and something you have. And then different industry threats you have facing. Like I would say these days, the threats related to deepfakes and AI have increased a lot. So companies have introduced the measures to protect against. Like ISO has come up with ISO 42010 standard related to AI use. Yesterday, I was seeing that there is a certification body, International Association of Privacy Professionals. They have come up with certification related to AI in privacy. Similarly, when there are attacks related to deepfakes, you can introduce security awareness training, have controls which can protect against that. So these are some of the factors which impact information security. Okay. Any questions? Feel free to ask. Are you all getting it? I'm trying to explain it in a simplest manner. I know you are not all completely fresh, maybe new to this field, but you're not new to this world. You are aware of the things happening in your surrounding. Okay.